Are you happy with the outcome of BB 27's finale night? I am. You know I am. Anybody, if you've watched this channel all summer, you know I'm happy. Hit the like and subscribe button as the intro plays. We have a win from the house gossip, everybody. We have a win from the Black Elle Woods, everybody. She did it. She did it.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
And I'm not going to lie and say I didn't think it was possible. I knew she was going to be second place at least, but I had no idea. I had no idea. When Will said he was voting for his girl, that made my heart melt. I teared up because I was like, oh my God. Will really was loyal because his facial expressions made it seem like he was just uncomfortable with the idea of Ashley winning. I don't know. That's what I got initially. I was like, what's going on with Will? He just looks mad. He looks angry, but you know, that typically happens when you're older and you're a black man. You get that angry black man face.
Man, sit your ass down.
But anyhow, it really melted my heart when Will said he was voting for his girl. I was so shocked that she got so many votes from like the Kellys and Keanu. I'm so shocked that Keanu voted for her. I really am, because I just knew with his mental state of, you know, bros before hoes, and not calling Ashley a hoe or any of the women hoes, but that's just the saying, that Keanu would definitely, you know, vote for his boy Vince, because, you know, this guy outdid me. He outsmarted me, so he should win, but he didn't. He voted for Ashley. So I'm actually happy that Keanu won America's Favorite Player, you know, and I was voting for Ashley, but clearly she wasn't in the top 3, 4, or 5. I still don't understand why when I was looking at polls that Lauren was high up in there. She must have had all her LSU people voting for her. And here's something I want to back up and say, because am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one who noticed that Morgan and Vinny were just really like going so heavily and on, will you take me to the final 2, Morgan? Please take me to the final 2. Assuming that Morgan was going to win that final HOH.
One could ever have hoped for, and you're not even going to take me. So I don't deserve to be in the final 2 then.
And Morgan flopped, everybody. She flopped. She choked. That is not a good gamer. That is not a good athlete. She choked under pressure. And who came in as the clutch player?
Kenny, duck, lead, fire, oh, that's cold-blooded.
Our girl, Ashley.
Vince.
Ashley won 2 back-to-back HOHs, which they didn't mention. They kept mentioning Ashley won the last HOH. They didn't mention, I mean, I guess it's assumed that she won back-to-back HOHs, but I needed them to say it. I needed them to say Ashley won 2 HOHs. However, that's besides the point, because the jury saw they didn't care, because Ashley won 6-1. This is almost like Vinny is Paul 2.0, except with less confidence. And let's talk about Vinny. Vinny was boo-hooing, crying and whining and just rubbing his eyes and throwing the blanket over his face because he was so nervous that Morgan would leave him hanging, that Morgan would choose Ashley. But as soon as Vinny saw that Ashley won that final HOH, you can see the relief come over his pitiful face, his pitiful Joker face, his pitiful Mario Brothers face, his pitiful Sonny Bono face, his pitiful, he doesn't have a Cheech Marin face, just a mustache. And he was twirling that mustache. And you know what? I feel like it was so disrespectful that Vinny didn't even bother to dress up. He didn't bother to flat iron his hair and take off the beanie. He had on that same log cabin sweater and that ugly, dingy beanie. But Vinny thought he had it in the bag. He thought you could see the overconfidence on his face. That was the most confident Vinny has probably been in his entire life when he saw that he was going up against Ashley. He thought that he had it won and $750,000 was in his pocket. Oh, and I want to talk about Vince again because, yesterday I briefly talked about, law of attraction and how words, their power in your words. So Vinny exemplifies that. He's a great example for your words diminishing your becoming your what am I talking about? Vinny is a prime example how your words create your existence, how words mean things, their power in words. And all the words that Vinny used all season long were not that of a winner.
I'll live with it. I said it in the competition, I don't deserve to win this game then. I played a third place game. Mind you, he did win $75,000, but he was not the winner. His language diminished everything that he could have possibly desired because he won, I don't think believed it internally on an internal level that he was worthy of it. He was worthy of a win. He was worthy of the $750,000. We heard him all summer talk about how he was a piece of shit, how he was dumb. Like Vinny's behavior on that last HOH, he talked about how he yelled and cursed, but he was just going in on how he was so dumb and how he was stupid. He was really having a temper tantrum like a baby. And that's going to live on for years. I just hope for Vinny's sake, he gets some help. He gets some help and he's in California. There's so many self-help gurus in California. There's so many books to be read and there's so many therapists. Vinny, get some help.
I can't get out of it.
He could see his future out of his parents' house. But wait. Ashley gave answers. Ashley gave details. Ashley proved her case.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything to prove that.
Next caller, Vinny. Next caller. Vinny did give a good speech, if you will. But the problem I had with Vinny's answers is you use part of Ashley's answer as your own. The whole, I'm going to turn my haters into allies. And then you use that. She didn't say haters, but it escapes me what she said. I could be here all day trying. This is what you call perimenopause brain. And lack of sleep brain. What was it that she said? You know what she said. Anyhow, I'm so happy that Ashley won. And I know there are haters outside the house. Did y'all notice the reactions of the former house guests at the end when they were all giving hugs to Ashley? I noticed that the Mickey hug was kind of short. And Ashley just moved on to Amy and Rachel because she knew. I think she knows that Mickey was trash talking her outside the house. Let's also discuss this whole, she doesn't need the money. She's sitting pretty. She has a comfortable life. I heard Vinny say that. I heard Ava say something that Ashley didn't need the money. And also Mickey said that. And I'm sure other people said that because, Ashley said her rent was like $5,000. But $5,000 in New York is still a shoebox. It's not a lot of money. And hello, rent is high everywhere. Even in Texas, rent is high as hell. Now, mind you, you get better amenities than say you would say in a Chicago. You'll get a better looking place with a pool and a gym and all that stuff. But rent is still high. And people saying she doesn't need the money. You always need more money. You can always use more money because money is an energy source to getting things done in this world. So don't count her money. She deserved to win that money.
And deposit a Trump check. Honey, Donald Trump. Yeah, the one you laugh at. I am very rich, bitch. I just say I am very rich. But rich, you need to get your teeth fixed. How about that? They're done.
I know Mickey is the one who is hating the most out of anybody that Ashley won maybe Zach, maybe even Jimmy. But I think they're all hating that Ashley won internally, but they're putting on those little fake smiles because they all see brand deals in their future. They all see these collaborations, these corny little TikTok collaborations that they're doing. But I feel like Mickey was really hating just simply on the fact that Mickey thought she was a traditional Black woman, the only one in the house. And, you know, Ashley's been wearing Aritzia all her life, as if Aritzia is like something to be proud of. It's overpriced, cheap R&B BB clothes that have been remixed for the 2000s. But anyhow, you could tell that there was a little bitterness there. And also, let me back it up. I felt bad for Morgan. I really did. Although Morgan irritated me the entire season, I did recognize that she was a good player. I feel bad that Ashley cut her, but Ashley knew that she would have a better chance explaining her game over Vince's, because Vince had a definite flaw in his game. It was the manipulation, and she could go in on that. It was the lies. It was, his whole game was flawed, though he did win comps and he explained what he did. I mean, I thought it was a good case to say that I nominated however many people, I think he said 17 people for eviction all season. I thought that was a good argument. However, Vinny, we realized, the people from the outside, that Morgan made a lot of your decisions for you. Morgan was pushing. So I feel bad for Morgan. But anyhow, I'm happy that Ashley won, because I know there's two different camps when it comes to Big Brother gameplay and who they think should win. There's the comp, you got to win comps, and you got to be a social player, or you just can't win. You can't just be a social player. And what did Ashley really do? Ashley told you everything that she did. It was Ashley's idea for the judges, Ashley and Will. Ashley had to really, if you really remember, had to really hone it in to Rachel that she needed to get Morgan on her side, as well as Vince. Ashley did a lot. Ashley had to convince these people who could not see strategy because they were just so busy with their heads up their own asses and their heads up Vinny's asses to see what was going on. Now, Ashley did say she made all these final twos. Now, I don't think a lot of these final twos were really official final twos, like the one with Kelly, but I A for effort, and I'm happy that Ashley won. Vinny, that $75,000, I don't think is going to change your life much. Once you pay those taxes, how much do you really have? What can you really do with $35,000? I mean, is it 35? Wait, they're going to take like 35% out of it. So it's not going to be much left, Vinny. They're taking 35% up to 40% of your earnings for taxes. Yeah, Vinny. See, that's what, when you start making real money, you have to pay real taxes unless you have some real deductions. And anyhow, I think the season was entertaining. I'm glad you all watched with me. I gained some new cyber friends, if you will. And please walk with me to other videos because I'm doing other reviews. I know I did an Amazing Race review and I didn't get that many views. So I don't know if you all are not watching. And honestly, I don't really know if I can continue with an Amazing Race because there's not much story there. There's people chasing to different locations and a little bit of drama, but not much. So I don't know if there's much to really talk about, but I'll continue. And I am going to actually try to do Survivor. Anyhow, thanks again and peace.